So we did a few different things yesterday. First off, we started out a new position here in SMCY. This is looking to be a great opportunity for me right here. Oracle had a pretty good call out, and after every single video I watched of his, I can't lie. Every single bit of it makes sense to me. It's blunt, it's straight to the point, and that's what I like. That's why I like about every single one of his videos, and they're easy to understand. You go over on Kamir's, and it's a 3 hour live stream, and it's just a humble jumble hangout talking about buying Misty, buy Misty. I'm gonna buy a bunch of Misty, 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 Misty. I'm like, can we talk about something different, like than just going after the highest yield stock? Anyways, but yeah, Misty's dead in my opinion. So is Nvidia. And YeildMax's honestly starting to die out here too. I mean, they're not even kind of keeping up with the Nasdaq as much as they used to anymore. So again, just bad trading by YeildMax once again. But SMCY I think has a great opportunity here. I did not personally get this call out. This wasn't from me, so I'm gonna go ahead and tag Oracle because that's exactly where all this information came from, and that's exactly why I started a position into SMCY. But anyways, yeah, basically I bought in yesterday. It was a pretty good dip. It was also X date, so I thought it was a perfect time to get in. We're also just bouncing off those um, lows there back in, what was that, end of January. So we're starting to get some momentum, and I think if YieldMax can miraculously trade these options really well on SMCI, I think this could be a pretty high paying dividend of almost $3 to $4. But I mean, that's just speculations, of course. There's no guarantees on that, but there's more um, future possibilities to make more with this than probably any other fund in YieldMax because of where we're at. This opened, this IPO came out as $50 and just collapsed. So there's a lot of upside potential with this one with the NAV, and there's a lot of upside potential with a really good growing dividend for a while if SMCI can keep moving, keep having that momentum. So this is a good play. I'm looking to add a lot more into this one. My Misty dividend comes in, but I'm also looking to get out of Misty and Nvidia to find another play, which might be SMCY. You never know, but this has a really good potential to move forward. Um, so yeah, that's my goal, is probably liquidate almost my whole Nvidia position because I don't need like two um, microchip semiconductor stocks. So whatever they're called, I don't even understand it. I just know they make a lot of money. So yeah, maybe move on to Nvidia, move into SMCY, and just start printing a lot of money. Now I'm trying to hold on to Nvidia for a little bit longer because I am at like a little bit of a now loss of like 2%. So I could be greedy and try and get that to a wash. I've held Nvidia for like six, it's way more than that, probably almost a year now. And I've collected a lot of dividends, and I like to try and get out on a profit, but if I can get out on a wash, I'm happy with that too. I don't like taking losses, but if it's a beneficial loss, I do that. Like Tesla took a huge loss, okay, but I listened to Oracle. Kamir kept telling you, put your money back in, put your money back into Tesla. I'm just gonna keep buying Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Tesla keeps continuing to decline and can't catch back up after it pays out the dividend. If the fund cannot catch back up after paying out the dividend, you will always continue to lose. I don't get how people miss that. I was maybe blind in the beginning about that, but it's pretty obvious right now. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward. So move money out of Nvidia here probably within next week. Try and find a really good dip into SMCY if it can stay under that, around that $28 range. I would like to keep it under 30 for an SMCY position, closer to like 27, 28, but I don't really care because if it's going to pay a really good dividend, I'll take that dividend and run with it. And then YMAG, obviously, I'm just keeping a close eye on this one. This is like pretty much my heavy position. I got 11 grand into this. It's okay, but it's kind of slowing down. not really keeping up with the Nasdaq as much as I'd like it to. So what am I looking to do? Well, I'm also tempted to move maybe half the position into XDTE, which the reason why is because once again I compared these two funds with dividends reinvested. XDTE basically competes with the S&P 500 almost identically. At times, XDT actually outperforms the SPY more often, as you can see in this chart here. Let me pull it up a little more closer, but yeah, you can see it outperforms the SPY actually a lot more, and it pays you out the weekly dividends, so you can keep reinvesting. I don't know why you'd invest in SPY when you can just do XDTE, unless, I don't know. Personally, I think XDT is way better than the SPY, so that might be a good one to just kind of hedge and maybe take half of YMAG and pour it into XDT. That's why I kind of have like the Nasdaq and the SPY, and then I have some pretty good momentum players like SMCY and Misty. That's kind of like what I'm looking to do right now. Pretty straightforward. I really don't like having a complex of 20 different funds I'm holding. I like to keep it around 5 at max, and that's just because it keeps me organized, and it's just easy to look at, easy to understand, easy to manage. And as you can see, my portfolio has kind of been holding flat lately. That is because I've diversified into more safer assets that are going to actually keep the NAV and also still pay a pretty good dividend. Yeah, my dividend's low. Like, this is kind of wrong. It's like $1,200 a month, but I'm being smart with it. I was way back when I was watching Kamir. I was like $2K a month, but man, I was probably losing like three grand a month out of that 2K be receiving in dividends. I'm like, man, I'm losing money over here. Like, what am I doing? I'm an idiot. And why am I listening to him? Like, why would I keep pouring more and more money into these funds if they're just going to continue to make me lose more and more money? I'm like literally digging a hole to death with my money. So yeah, it looks good on paper that you're making over 2K a month, but if you're losing, if you have unrealized losses that are skyrocketing. Like, I don't like talking bad about other people, but I don't really feel bad because I was sucked into watching it. So I watched Kamir, and he was like down like 60 grand on Tesla, and I'm like, dude, like, you're at a probably pretty big loss. But anyways, I'm not gonna talk about anyone. This is about my channel. So anywho, being bluntly honest, looking to liquidate Nvidia, move a lot of that into SMCY, looking to maybe liquidate a little bit into YMAG, move that into XDTE, kind of balance up the portfolio, hedge it a little bit. That way I can have some pretty fun times with Misty and SMCY. If Bitcoin doesn't really start popping off, or MicroStrategies doesn't pop off and they can't trade it anymore to get it over to like a $4 dividend after Bitcoin starts running again, then I'm just gonna dip on Misty, because again, YeildMax can't trade for shit. So that's about it. I'm also looking to move into Curve too. I like the TSLP with this Tesla stock coming down quite a bit. TSLP is actually a really good buying opportunity for me. And I've always wanted to open a position in this one, and that's a really good price. And I liked Howard's interview with Oracle. It was by far one of my favorite interviews I've ever watched with a fund manager. So shout out to Oracle for getting him on. I can't wait to watch another one of those interviews because they get me excited about what this company has set. And I also believe that Howard and his team can actually trade options and not kind of just be all over the place. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like if you look at, this is a stupid example and I'm kind of just rambling here, but it's like YeildMax is like the investor center in Wolf of Wall Street, and Curve is an actual fund that can do shit, can actually trade for shit. So I don't even know if that made sense. Anywho, yeah, we're looking to move money into Curve here too, but right now in this next week, we're liquidating Nvidia, moving that in funds, into SMCY in hopes to get a massive payout on the third week coming into March. And man, I'm excited. I can't wait for this. Finally getting my portfolio rebounded to stability, and it feels so good because I can actually sleep at night and not have to worry about these income funds, because you should not have to worry about these income funds. YeildMax makes you worry so much because you don't even know if they're going to pull off their trades, and if they can't pull off their trades and pay out a good dividend, then you're fucked. So anywho, I'm gonna link Oracle down below, and thank y'all for watching. I really do appreciate you guys helping me out here and watching me, because I'm trying to rebuild my self-esteem right now, because I've lost a lot in those funds. And I mean, I'm a college student and I'm just trying to pay for shit. So yeah, we're getting back. Yeah, I appreciate everything, guys. So yeah, and once again, thanks Oracle for all you have done for me in these videos. I can't believe people hate on you for doing God's work. And yeah, God bless you, and thank you so much.